Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. We will be starting shortly. Thank you.
Hello guys, ma'am is here, so kindly invite the speakers and start the event.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining. Our speakers will be there with us by 12:15. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you to everyone joining in. We will be starting shortly. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone so much for your patience. We will be starting in a few minutes. Thank you. Thank you so much everyone for joining in. We are about to start in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Good
Yes,
morning.
sir.
Yes, yes, sir, you're
Yes,
audible. Good
sir.
morning.
Good. So, have you begun?
No, sir, waiting for you.
Where is ma'am? Ma'am has joined. Ritika, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Waiting for you.
Yeah, I'm back from the meeting with the doctor. So I thought that you are beginning this new year with a wonderful event. I must join you people.
Yes, sir. We are waiting for you.
Thank you,
We're
sir.
thankful that you've joined.
Having a wonderful year ahead for everybody.
Thank you, sir.
So
UDYOG 4.0 us with us here today. Thank you to each and every one of you for joining us for this event.
Hi, I am Prerna, and along with me is my co host Naman. and we are member of Social Entrepreneurship Society of Shahid Bhagat Singh Evening College in Enactus. We at Enactus are focused at driving new entrepreneurship ideas.
Enactus was founded by it's been a platform for young students to boost their business acumen and help the underprivileged section of society.
Enactus Sbsec wants to spread a message of hope and compassion. We believe that a single action can make a difference in the community and that collective action can great impact the world. Through advocacy and outreach activities, our team works tirelessly each day to contribute their part to the greater good. Our projects like Urja have been a great success. Here's a presentation further explaining about our society and introducing our new members.
So all of you can, I hope, see the presentation on your screens. So here's an introduction about our Enactus Society. And so as you can see, the widespread of Enactus, since it was founded in 1975, it has been growing rapidly since then. So here's the basic information about what Enactus teams actually do. So what is the society basically about? So as you can see, it says that they build a sustainable Enactus team at their university. They deliver social projects that meet the Enactus criteria. They deliver commercial projects and other fundraising activities to finance their social projects. And the Enactus societies also present their projects at national and international competitions. So it is wonderful to be part of this amazing society. And here's a brief introduction about the Enactus Society of our particular college. I hope all of you can have a good look at it. And this is our project Urja, which has been a huge success for our team. And you can go through it on our website as well. So these are the benefits of being the part of the Enactus Society. And I hope all of you, all the people are uh, will join us in the future. This is our convener. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Sir, you're on mute, sir.
Okay, somebody has switched off my mic. So I would like to congratulate the new team of the actors led by our able co-convener Ritika Chaudhary. I'm sure that you will be doing wonderfully this year also. Of course, not a very good year to start with the conditions prevailing here, not only here in India but globally. But the team and actors has been doing exceptionally wonderful. They have done last year during this COVID pandemic, and I'm sure that they will bring much more laurels for the college this year also. And the way they have been doing things, there is nothing that can stop uh, their hard work. And of course, they are very competent enough. I have seen their progress during these last couple of years. I have been the convener of this particular committee. It has done wonderfully well under Ritika Chaudhary. She is, well versed with every nick and corner of this committee, how things work for the betterment of not only the society but also for gaining experience of our able students who are working really hard. Whatever they have put in is really appreciable. And
I think sir has is having a network issue. Uh,
I think he has lost the network.
yeah, so
Okay.
we can move
Before
on,
we
I guess.
Very proud of what here we have. God bless you all. Thank you very much and start.
Thank you so much, sir.
Naman, you can proceed with the proceedings.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You go ahead with the proceedings, Naman.
So as you can see, we have
Okay,
with
fine.
us our co-convener as well, CS Ritika Chaudhary, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I'm thankful to Kalsa that he was unwell. He's gone to the hospital, but then also he has made it convenient to attend the inauguration, and he's here to bless us. And I'm really thankful to him. I'll introduce myself. I think Naman, should I introduce once the speakers join, or should I introduce myself right away?
Ma'am, the speakers have, I guess they have joined us, so you can please introduce yourself.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to say Happy New Year to all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Ritika, yes, you proceed.
May this new year bring more laurel to our college under Enactus Sbsec. On behalf of Kalsa, I would like you to introduce you to this society. Enactus is an international organization for social entrepreneurship. We at Enactus Sbsec, we aim at making a difference. When one hand can make a difference, imagine how many all of us together can make a lot of difference for the society. So, Kaushal is the convener and I'm the co-convener. This society was incorporated on 25th March 2017, and since then we are working hard for this society. We have been. I will request all the others to put it on mute. Amit?
Okay. Hindi ba?
Thank you. Um, this society, that is Enactus Sbse, got incorporated on 25th March 2017, and since then we are working really hard to get more laurels, to add more feathers to in the cap of our society. We have certain projects which are going on. This is Urja, which is a latest project that we are working on. Had it not been COVID time, we would have done even more. We would have been more successful. But today also, I will not say that we are not successful. We are, but we would have been much. We would have achieved more heights had it not been the COVID time. But still, this is the new change. This is the new life. This is something new that we have to adopt. And I'm sure my team will cope up with this change and make sure that we are growing as a social entrepreneur and we are helping the society with every bit we can. You know, this Enactus, it doesn't want you to just become an entrepreneur, but we are social entrepreneur. We want to bring a change in the society. So we are here to bring even a small change that we can put in by putting up small efforts. We are here to bring some change. That is what we look forward to. All the best to you, all of you, and congratulations for being part of Enactus Sbse. It is actually it will give you experience. It will give you a lot of training experience and everything to learn from the society, and you should be blessed that you are a part of the society. We'll keep meeting, we'll keep interacting, keeping fingers crossed that within 3-4 months things open back normally and I see you guys at the college, in the college. So let's hope for the best. Let's welcome the speakers. We are eagerly waiting to hear them out. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your kind words, ma'am.
Now we wholeheartedly welcome our panel of guest speakers for today.
So our first panelist is Miss Kanika Agrawal. Kanika is a graduate in law from Symbiosis Law School, Pune, and currently works with Solicitors India Law Office. She is also the co-founder of VR Saath organization, which looks to extend legal support to needy people. We are honored to have you, Kanika.
Our second panelist is Mrs. Pavani Khandelwal. Pavani is the founder of three startups, two non-profit organizations, and the co-founder of Atmanirbhar. She has she has also remained a TEDx speaker. We are honored to have you, ma'am, today. We thank you both for joining us today and sparing your valuable time.
We now request both of our speakers to please enlighten us about social entrepreneurship work and about their respective organizations. So I guess Kanika, you can start, followed by Pavni. Thank you. Okay, I guess Kanika isn't here right now. So Pavni, please, you can go ahead with your speech. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Pavni Khandelwal. First of all, it's a great honor to be here. I had an actress in my college in Symbiosis too, but I always wanted to be a part of it. But back then, I was running a startup, so I couldn't really ever spare the time to join the Enactus of my college. And to be honest, I didn't get selected also. When I applied for the first time, I didn't get selected. And then my startup happened, and I could never join it. So it's a real privilege that I'm here. I'm a part of this program that you have today, and I'm getting to share my experience. In fact, I'm actually in Kashmir. Let me show you where I am right now. So there is snow all around, if you can see. Um, okay. So talking about my social entrepreneurship journey, I think social wala kida. Okay. Is there a restriction to what language I can use? Can I use both Hindi and English? Naman?
Yeah, please,
Yeah.
please.
Go ahead.
Okay, because I just want it to be natural. Okay, so I think entrepreneurship business वाला कीड़ा मुझ में बचपन से ही था, because my dad was into business. मेरा पूरा खानदान was into business except for literally two people who were doing jobs. Okay, so not like I have anything against jobs, but that's just a lifestyle that I could never relate to. That's a lifestyle I'd never seen. I'd only seen the business lifestyle, and I loved it. And the social kida happened when I was in seventh class. Okay, so this was my summer vacations, and during my summer vacations, this, generally how you end up finishing all of your summer homework on the last day or on the day when the school is about to open. But this time, what happened with me is we barely got any summer vacation homework, and I was 13 years old, so I finished all of it. And then my entire summer vacation, I was like, "Ab kya kare?" So I used to go to my farmhouse every day. I used to go cycling, and that is when I started seeing a lot of kids. So at 13, seeing कि भाई इतने सारे there were so many kids kisi ki they were in a very pathetic condition, and I really wanted to do something about it. So that is when I went to all of their houses. I collected all of those kids, and at my farmhouse we started teaching. It was just supposed to be like a part-time thing, wherein we were just teaching them during the summer vacation, me and a couple of my other friends. But once we started teaching them and we saw the difference that it was making to them, we actually carried on and did that for the next 4 years until our 10th standards, and then we all moved to different cities. So that is the first time when social entrepreneurship happened to me. Then when I got into college, I was in Symbiosis doing my BBA. In fact, I'll tell you what, I was in Kota preparing for IIT JEE, because 10th में अच्छे marks आए, 12th में अच्छे marks आए, तो why not IIT types, right? And you have an aptitude for science. But that is when I actually realized कि just being good in science doesn't mean that I need to be an engineer. Business is something that I actually really enjoy doing. Negotiation is my skill. Decision making is my skill. So why not harness that? And that is when I decided to leave that, despite of being in the top 20 batch and everything. And I went to do my BBA from Symbiosis. And when I was in Symbiosis in the first year, we started a fitness startup where I was a co-founder. It was a fully funded startup. We raised our first round of funding at the ideation stage. So it was going really well for us. But as my college ended, it made me question that, is this something that I'm like, I love that I'm doing business, I love that it's making money. So for the business part of it, it's good, but is it really adding satisfaction to my life? मतलब अगर मुझे कोई बोले कि पावनी मैं आपकी वजह से फिट हो गया, या आपकी वजह से my fitness quotient has increased, I'm living a healthier life, I'm like, okay, big deal. you know so it's not something that was really driving me. um and exactly around the same time, this incident happened where my mother wanted to learn how to ride a scooty. And the thing is that I have done Ladakh on a bike. Okay, so I have a Royal Enfield which I ride, and I've been driving and riding for a really long time, ever since I got my driving license. um but for me, I never really took mobility as something that was that was something that was that could be a major want for somebody. मतलब मुझे लगता था यार ये तो basic है, ये तो everybody has it, like what's the big deal, everybody knows how to do it. But then when my mother uh, expressed that she really wanted to learn how to ride a scooty because she sees other women riding, she sees other people riding, and then she feels that she is not free, she wants to experience that freedom. That is when I realized that basic mobility, basic scooty चलाना है, साइकिल चलाना है, या बाहर जा पाना रिक्शे से, ऑटो से, बहुत लोगों के लिए आज भी हमारे देश में बहुत बड़ी बात है. आज भी, you won't believe, when I'm driving, there are so many times when I'm driving and there are rural women who see me and they'll just start clapping. They're happy to see a woman driving. That is how big of a challenge or a big of a dream mobility is for most women in our country. And I really wanted to do something about it. It was extremely difficult for me to find a female trainer for my mother because she did not even know how to ride a bicycle. And when my mother learned how to ride a bicycle, how to ride a scooty, she would go around and tell everybody कि मुझे तो पंख लग गया, I feel like I've grown wings. And that one line really changed how I looked at mobility, how I looked at women's freedom in terms of mobility. Um, and all the women around me, in my family, they all wanted to learn how to ride a scooty all of a sudden. So I saw that as an opportunity. And that is how Atmanirbhar started, because I did some research and I found out that there weren't any two-wheeler driving schools for women. There's, like, for example, in India, you have a Maruti driving school, which is for cars. It's there in every city. But here in India, there's no such driving school for two-wheelers. So that is where I saw an opportunity. I'm sorry. That is where I saw an opportunity, and Atmanirbhar happened. So a couple of things that I can suggest. So this was the story part of it. Coming to the technical parts of it, very, very basic things that I did when I was starting Atmanirbhar, and some tips and tricks that you might already know, because this is not rocket science. But these are very basic. So there are a lot of times when we often tend to overlook them. And since everyone here I see is a potential social entrepreneur, I could share some of the things that I did. So the number one thing that I did was the name, right? So जब भी आप कोई नाम ढूंढते हो तो कैसे ढूंढते हो? So the first thing that I did was see whether the domain name is available, whether the trademark is available, and whether the Facebook page, social media handles are available. Okay. Also, what I did before, so I'll tell you, when I started, I was still in Pune. ठीक है, मेरा अभी भी Fitato, the previous company, I was still running, and I wanted to see whether Atmanirbhar has an opportunity. So while I was still in Pune, I did a beta. So you guys must be knowing something about called as an MVP. So that's a minimum viable product, right? So I did an MVP while sitting in Pune without spending any money, wherein I just started a Facebook page. I put an ad of 100 rupees and the leads started coming in. Now, whatever leads were coming in, I could not tell them that this is just a testing that I was doing, right? So I would tell them that, okay, here is a form. So I would send them a Google form that excuse me, so you can fill this up, and once we and right now we are completely booked, so as soon as we have a slot available, then we'll get in touch with you. So basically we had customers before we had trainers, okay, and then once we had customers, that is when we started getting the trainers on board. um, so that was an MVP for me, which started with just 100 rupees. Okay. So whatever ideas you have, always think that what can be the minimum viable proposition for that particular idea or that particular service or product. Oftentimes the mistake that we do, okay, so this happened in my case also, wherein when I started Atmanirbhar, I had my GMAT in 20 days, okay, and my parents were like, just wait for 20 days. And trust me, this is an incident that will resonate with all of you. ये हम सबके साथ होता है. मेरे माँ बाप बोलते हैं बस 20 दिन और रुक जाओ, 20 दिन में जीमैट खत्म हो जाएगा, फिर कर लेना जो करना है. I said, if I don't do this today, I will never do it. Doesn't that happen with all of us? There are so many things that we want to do, so many things that we want to do, right? But we're all waiting for the perfect moment to happen. ये हो जाएगा तब हम ये करेंगे, ये हो जाएगा तब हम ये करेंगे, और फिर क्या होता है, थोड़े टाइम बाद ना the drive is over, so you're not equally driven, right? And this is a quote that I read. You know, when you jump, when do you jump? When you are scared to jump the most, that is when you jump. So sometimes when you know when your drive to do something is at the peak, that is exactly when you take the step. When I was in college, there were so many kids around me, so many of my fellow colleagues, students, who wanted to do a startup, who had a great idea, but they were just waiting for the perfect moment to happen, you know, कि हम pitch deck बनाएंगे, फिर funding आ जाएगी, फिर होगा. But that's not how it really works. You start. That is when you get a funding. It is, you have to be extremely lucky to get a funding at an ideation stage, or for everything, all the stars to really align in one line, and a perfect ideal utopic condition for you to happen, and then you start doing something. But once you start doing something, it's actually the other way around. Once you start, even with the minimal, with whatever you have, but giving in 100% of you, that is when things actually start working for you. There are so many times in the last 3 years of my journey, we Atmanirbhar has had so many PR articles. Okay, now I don't see PR articles as a measure of success, but and I've never gone for PR articles कि आप मेरी story publish कर दो. But so many times I wake up and there are 10 PR articles, and I don't even know how did they got in there. Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing that I believe really makes or breaks a startup or any other organization is the team that you're building. It is extremely important, the kind of and there's one thing that Jack Ma always says, and that I firmly believe in. That's something that have taken as an inspiration from him, and that is hire people who are better than you. Okay, also hire people who are different than you. A lot of times the mistake that we make in an organization is that we end up क्या होता है ना, uh, people with the same vibe. You often end up hiring people who are similar to you, right? Because you vibe with them. Now in an organization, if everybody has similar skill sets, okay, so let's say I'm also an operations person, she's also an operations person, then you're not really going to add up to the diversity of the team or the skill set that organization or the team is going to have uh, as a combined unit. So how do you really build a diverse organization? Diversity is the key. Diversity not in terms of the gender or in terms of religion, but diversity also in terms of skill set. Okay, so that's another thing. Another mistake I feel that we often do is not really, and Kanika would be a better person to throw light on this subject, but often when we're talking about startups, we overlook compliances, especially HR compliances. Now, HR compliances is something that is very easily available online. Okay, so even if you register on Startup India's website, Startup India has templates for all of these HR compliances. जब हम किसी को hire भी करते हैं, so many times in an organization we don't even give people offer letter or salary slips or have an HR policy for that matter. I'm talking about startups. A lot of startups don't have it. Okay, so that is a very, very basic thing that you can have in place from day one. Apart from that, yeah, I believe every day is a new journey. Okay, in a startup. For me, at least, it's been that way. One thing that has kept me going is that I continue to learn something every day. to zero, I can restart. Okay, from scratch. No matter where I am, I have the potential to restart from scratch. There was a time when my senior trainer, most senior trainer, because मुझे scooty चलानी सिखानी नहीं आती. I run a driving school, but I'm a businesswoman. I'm not a trainer. So I don't know how to train people how to ride a scooty. And my most senior trainer said, I want a 50% of your business because, practically I am the one who's running this business. I said, that's not going to happen. so, so she said, okay, then I'm going to quit. So I said, okay. And then मैंने बोल तो दिया, हाँ ठीक है, आप जाओ, कोई बात नहीं. But then I came back home and I'm like, shit, यार, सिखाएगा कौन trainers को? Who's going to train the trainers? So then what I did next day, I started waking up at 5 a.m. I started going to all the trainings that were happening in the city. जितनी भी अलग अलग, मैं सारी trainings पर जाने लगी और मैं देखने लगी कि कैसे होती कैसे है training. तो आज अगर मुझे आगे कोई भी बोलता है ना, okay Pavni, bye, we're not going to do this, or oh my god, what's happened, oh my god. So I'm just like, it's okay. What is the worst that can happen? कुछ भी हो जाए ना, because entrepreneurship is a very difficult journey. It is going to ask you for a lot of resilience. कुछ भी हो जाए ना, हमेशा at this note I'm just going to close कि ask yourself कि बुरे से बुरा क्या हो सकता है. What is the worst that can happen? What is the worst or the biggest thing that I have to lose? Okay, and if it is not your life, if it is not something that is really going to create a huge impact on you and people around you, as long as that's not happening, know that you always have an option to restart, to start from the beginning, to start from the starting line. Okay, so yes, that's all about Atmanirbhar. You can actually follow us on Instagram, Facebook. There is a lot more to the story. मैंने बहुत brief में बताया है. If you actually Google about us, or you go to our LinkedIn or Facebook, Instagram, you will find a lot more interesting stuff about us. Thank you so much again for this opportunity. I'm really looking forward to hear from Kanika. She is one of my dearest friends from when we were really, really young. Like we were together, studying together in class 5th. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hear from her. Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much, Pavni ma'am, for your illuminating words.
Yeah, and I would like to just, before moving on, I would like to thank Kanika ma'am, Pavni ma'am, Savita ma'am for, really joining us and giving us their valuable times. So we can move on with the next speaker. So,
Naman, I want to ask, Naman, hi,
yeah,
Naman. I just want to ask, did anything that, so I really had no idea about what exactly to speak here. But I hope whatever I said resonated with your team at Enactus, and you guys did it.
yeah, you we really appreciate the way you spoke, and you spoke out really naturally from, you didn't make up stuff, and it was like a beautiful speech, and we really thank you for that. It was really knowledgeable for us. Thank you so much.
Guys, if any of you has any feedback for me, please do let me know in the messages section. I'll be really grateful. Thank you.
Ma'am.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Kanika ma'am. You can please start with your part. Thank you.
Well, Pavni, I just wanted to,
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Naman, she educated not only the students but the teachers as well. A wonderful girl who has a lot of things to do still, and who has done at a very young age where she has been successful. My blessings with you, and I'm sure that you'll be doing much more in what you are doing, and do what you are best at. God bless you. It has been
Thank you
wonderful.
so
I'm
much.
really unwell today, but still, I just wanted to hear these young stories. I just wanted to hear how successful we people are if we really believe in ourselves. This is a
That's true.
great initiative that you have taken, and you have succeeded at a very short period of time. So my blessings, my good wishes to you. And, since I was not
Thank you so
very
much.
attentive while because I'm driving back to car, I'm and I heard a lot what you have said, and it was really impressive. I'm sure the students must get a cue from what you have done, and this is the time that they should actually look up to these success stories. wherever they get an opportunity, the college provides them with a platform. And as I'm sure that Ritika might have done a lot of work before finalizing the speakers for today, and I'm greatly impressed by what she has done as far as your selection for today's inaugural, this function was concerned. I congratulate her, and I bless you. I congratulate you and succeed in life. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Pavni. You have been a inspiring person here. I think most of you are inspired. I think even if one of you have got inspired from what Pavni said, the purpose is solved. You know, certain times we say something, but not everybody is inspired by that. But if I say even if one person has got inspiration from what Pavni has done, I think the job is done. Thank you so much, Pavni. Your work,
That's
your
true.
job, your words were very natural. It came out like straight from the heart, which I think the student are able to connect. That's what certain times we want. We don't want long speeches, formal speeches. Certain times we just want the people to speak from the heart. That's what we look forward to. Thank you so much, Pavni, for being here and being part of our Udyog 4.0. We really we are thankful to you for being a part and being an inspiring person here.
Thank you. I'm glad.
Thank you, Pavni, once again.
Ritika, give me a moment. I will take leave for next 5 minutes only.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I just reached my home. I will just get back to my place and then I'll
Sure.
reconnect. Thank you.
Sure.
So I guess we can carry on, and I request our next speaker, Kanika ma'am, to please address us. Thank you.
All right. Hello, everybody. Uh, Happy New Year, every guys. I hope this year brings a lot of happiness in everybody's life. So everybody have heard of Pavni, and she's a very inspiring girl. And yes, we have been studying together from a very long time, and we never expected that we'd be sharing a common platform and inspiring the people. And it is actually my honor hearing her. So, all right. So, moving ahead with my story, guys. Actually, many times when people see me, right, having an advocate in front of my name as an and people usually expect, yes, I might be practicing, or even when I talk about my family expects me to get into a judiciary line or being a judge. And it's usually a mentality of society that whenever we studying a law or we being in a legal profession, so either we going into a law firm practicing, and or we tend to jump as an judiciary or a judge or some kind of people. But many times people don't see an advocate as a social entrepreneur. So okay, last year only I did my LLM from Symbiosis Law School. So that at the back of my mind, I was very sure about that. I have to be an academic person, or either I have to be or practicing completely dedicated towards my solicitors in a law office. So then court lawyers are there. So life was going on and on. Like I was practicing, some cases are coming. We used to deal with it. So during this lockdown, actually, guys, I don't have a very long story to go. But during my lockdown period, I actually realized there in India, there are many or even organizations. I don't want to talk about an individual. If I see in the perspective, this is social organizations. So they many times they struggle for getting their hands into the legal aspect, or sometimes they struggle for going into an administrative help, right? So so what happens is they do not know where to approach if something wrong they see, what is that wrong which is done to them. So we usually feel very hard, and individual, like I met with a woman, her husband was arrested, so she approached us and she said, yes, my husband is arrested and I don't know what to do and where to approach. So in that case, she was very educated woman. She was an MD of a company. So she was knowing that, yes, some right was infringed, something is wrong happened, but she do not know where to go and what to do first. So there, I actually realized, I felt very wrong or very negative about that. Like, uh, in our society, people are there is a gap between an society and a legal society. People do not want to touch that line. Even my family usually say कि नहीं भाई, law, court कचहरी से तो हमको नहीं पीछे पड़ना है. I understand many of you might also heard this thing in your family. Yes, Ritika. Yes, ma'am. So this usually happens a lot, many times, that our family wants to say कि नहीं, थोड़ा बहुत पैसे दे के काम हो जाता है तो let it go, and we do not want to jump into this regulars and all this kacheri wala stuff. So there I got an idea कि why don't we make this legal aspect an easy platform for everybody? Why don't we uh, disappear this thread of quote from the people heart? Because even though many people, like we have the clients also, they clients coming quote mein jaisa ho jaye tum log kar lena. We heard these things many times whenever our clients approaches. So from there, this idea of VR Sat ka idea arose. I thought, let's make it a simple string to solve, a simple puzzle to solve for the of. So Sat basically is a group of course, mostly a lawyers and also a non-legal students, where we tell people who are actually in legal and administrative help. People approaches, and we try to sort their issues in the league in a very simple language and in a very layman language. And it's not a very long way to go for start months since we started this organization. And yes, we got a support from the people, because many organizations got their work done. And during this lockdown, government started certain schemes, certain government benefits which people can avail and can make their life quite easy. So that time people do not know what is that document work they have to do, what is the hands which they can put into. So there we try to help many people out, and one of the organizations got their funds or their legal issues sorted from us in a very quick time. So this is how this VRSAT usually work. So okay, fine. So this is what my short journey of VRSAT was. And guys, see, in 8 months, yes, I have my own company also known as Pranika International. So it is an import-export company where I tend to merge the cultures of different countries into one. And so yes, these are two different entrepreneurs lines which I am working on. See, guys, like Pavni said that we need a very good team come up, and we need the different kinds of skill sets. So yes, I agree with her. Like we actually see, a single person can't do all these steps. If I have to help many organizations out there, we need to have a good team, which is itself a skill, or they should have a dedication towards what you are doing, right? And yes, team is a very important part of any startup you guys want to start. Before that, very important point I want to highlight about your market or to research about your audience. Guys, whenever you want to start your startup, like when I started my Pranika Internationals, so I did my ground research work for at least 1 year. So it's very, very important to research about your market. It's very important to research what is your target audience. Like my was to in this Pranika Internationals, I tend to export different kinds of handicrafts from India to different countries. So my market was where the Indians were based. Where there is a more demand of handicrafts. So likewise, you have to firstly focus on your market, like your research. This is purely about entrepreneur, guys. When you talk about the social entrepreneurship, so whenever you have to start any startup, you should know what is the niche you want to target, and what is the first step you have to take to take a bigger step. So whenever you have to start any startup, you should be very sure about what is the step which you have to take and where you have to take. And then importantly, next question arises is how to take that step. So if you are clear about that, yes, this is the step which I want to take, then you should know that how that step has to be taken, and how that step can lead you to take you another step. So there are always a interconnection of your steps when you take into an entrepreneur. So when I started my VR Saath organization, so what my founder is a senior advocate. He's a Supreme Court lawyer. So what we did is we set a goal. Yes, we want to help. We want to simplify this legal stuff. Then we wrote down what all we have to do. Then we come back again. Then we thought, okay, this is what we have to do. Who all we have to target. Okay? Then we know, yes, these are the things we have to target. Then moving back, we thought how we can approach these people. Fine. Then we got away, yes, we need to approach these people in this particular manner. And then moving back, then we got to know who all we are in need to approach these kinds of organizations. So many times you have to go beyond, you have to do a reverse engineering. Okay? Because you know the goals, but then many times people lack in taking certain steps because I've seen many people with an amazing ideas. I'll just tell you one example. My older brother, young, he had a very amazing idea of his startup, but what he did is he was so excited by yes, my idea is so good, karke. He didn't did a proper research work. And then what happened is he landed up with nothing. Like he dropped his plans, he dropped his idea, and he went into for his MNC job. This happens with many people, right? This is not just with my brother, or this happens with many people. Like we have a very amazing ideas, we want to execute it, but many times we lack is with the research work. We lack with the groundwork or reverse engineering, like how to approach it, what should be a proper way to move ahead. So, guys, I seriously recommend everyone who wants to start their startup or so, please do focus on your research work. I agree, like many times it happens, yes, we want to start, we want to show. But before that, be prepared on your part, what all steps you have to take. And I'm not saying whatever you decide before is the only path you have to follow. Many times during your practical life, when you jump into the particular things, many obstacles and hindrances allows you to change that stuff, allows you to change your approaches. So that is not a negative for you. That is not the thing which you don't have to do. You obviously, your approach has to be a bit dynamic. You have to change according to your needs, requirements of that particular startup. But yes, you should be very clear about what you are going to do and how you're going to lead with this. ठीक है, guys, I'll tell you one very, like, mostly when just go back to your childhood days, whenever we used to fall, हमारी मम्मी हमसे बोलती थी कि, see, my mother used to say अरे चींटी मर गई, and my aunt used to say अरे धरती में, many mothers used to say this. You know why she says this कि भाई चींटी मर गई. मेरी मम्मा is always say कि भाई चींटी मर गई, कोई बात नहीं, रो मत, चींटी मर गई. क्यों बोलती इसको? Of course मम्मी चाहती है कि हम लोग चुप हो जाएं, but when we think about it, so because she don't want कि हम लोग गिरने से डरे. हम लोग to this society and we are doing something, so why can't we take our startups into the next level? हम गिरेंगे, हम वापस से खड़े होंगे. Please do always remember, and there are many inspirational stories. If you'll be reading these stories now, you'll find every story which is different from one another. Every different kinds of hurdles, everybody have the different kinds of struggles in their life. I have my own struggles. Somebody can have a physical obstacles. I have my own health issues, which is a big struggle for me. So there can be everybody's life. So I it's just a simple quote I want to end my speech on. Every entrepreneur has their own story. Follow them and get inspired from them, but please don't follow the other story. Create your own story. Create your own story if you really, really, really want to be successful in your life. I think this is where I want to end my note. Thank you so much. And it is, guys, And it's such an amazing, society. And I look forward if we could go ahead with VR Sat and Enactus together in any in future. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, Kanika ma'am. And before moving on, I would just like to thank our teachers who have joined us here today, especially Tausi sir. Thank you for joining us. Dr. Savita ma'am and Dr. Anshu ma'am, thank you so much for your valuable time. And over to you, Prerna.
Thank you so much for your illuminating words. It was very inspiring for all of us. Yeah, it was wonderful to have you on board with us. We hope to see you again. Thank you.
Yeah, we would try to thank the speakers from bottom of our hearts. And so moving on, so a lot of new members have joined our society. So let's welcome all of them, and over to Nikhil Bhaiya for the presentation of the members. So all the new members, starting from Rakshit Agarwal, he is currently pursuing BA program from our college. And our next member is Vanshika Kandari. She is pursuing BCom program. And our next member is Anshika Parihar. She is also pursuing BCom program. And the next student is myself, Naman Khanna. I am pursuing political science honors. And moving on, we have Siddhi Malhotra. She is pursuing BCom program as well. Next, we have Prashant Yadav. He is pursuing BA program. We have Arjun Tyagi among us now. He is also pursuing BA program. And we have Shiva Yadav. He's pursuing BCom program. And lastly, we have Chandan Yadav, who is also pursuing BA program. So thank you so much for BA program. So thank you so much for thank you to all the new members, and thank you, Nikhil Bhaiya, for the presentation.
We now request the president of our society, Nikhil Anand, to address us with his vote of thanks for the event.
Thank you so much, guys. Before the vote of thanks, I would like Ritika ma'am to share her insights with us, and then we can end with the vote of thanks.
First of all, I would like to thank Kanika ma'am for being here with us and inspiring us. Every person, every story is different, every incident is different, unique. She rightly said that create your own version. That's what I have been striving you guys with, that one should be a better version of what you were yesterday rather than copying anybody. You are a original copy yourself. You don't need to be you don't need to copy anybody. You should follow, you should have an idol in your life. That's personal choice, but you should be a better version of what you were yesterday. I win. Thank you, Kanika, and thank you, Pavni, for being there with us. Thank you, Savita ma'am, and with us for joining and blessing the students. Enactus has been an journey for me, which is very close to me, very close to my heart. I put all my heart and effort to make sure that this organization grows every day. I will rather say this. I think not even a single day which goes where I don't think about Enactus of our college. And I really want my students to go ahead and have this feeling of giving back to the society. जब तक आपके दिल में ये आपका दिल धड़केगा नहीं ना इस सोसाइटी के लिए, तब तक आप कुछ कर नहीं पाओगे. और एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में यही सबसे बड़ा फर्क है बच्चे, कि एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप इज वेयर यू आर डूइंग थिंग्स फॉर योरसेल्फ, and social entrepreneurship is when you're doing things for the society. You're making somebody else as an entrepreneur. You are learning in that journey, but you're making somebody else as an entrepreneur. So if you give me fish, that's what the famous quote that we have in our slides, if you guys have noticed. If you give me a fish, I will eat for one day, but if you teach me how to fish, I will be surviving for my entire life. That's what we strive here in Enactus SBSE, that we want people to become Atmanirbhar. हम उनको सिखाएंगे कि कैसे आत्मनिर्भर बनना है, and then they are free to go. They have a free will to grow in life. We don't want anything in return. We just want people to grow in life and help the underprivileged. We are very, very privileged that we are here in this college. We are privileged that we are part of University of Delhi, Bhagat Singh College. We are very privileged. We from our parents, family, but there are a lot of underprivileged people around us, and they need our help. Even a small help from us, for making them atmanirbhar or making them self-sufficient or teaching them to become an entrepreneur. You will make sure that you get the blessings for the entire life, because somebody is earning a livelihood, that person will bless you for the entire life. So it's not just it gives you immense happiness that you have contributed some part of your life to get that good karma. Anyway, that's not the idea of getting good karma and collecting karmas here, but the idea is that you get that happiness that yes, I have contributed a part of myself, a part of my time. Time is the most valuable thing. But giving them that happiness, that hope that yes, they can go forward, obviously with the technique, with the strategy. ठीक है, तो स्ट्रैटेजी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है बेटा, कि आप एक स्ट्रैटेजी से उनको सिखाओ कि कैसे काम करना है. थैंक यू सो मच गाइस, यू आर अ वंडरफुल टीम. You do inspire them for the rest of the year, but when somebody as a speaker comes and they also enlighten them with their stories, they feel more motivated, like okay, when these people are doing it so nicely, we can also put in our share. Thank you, Pavni, and thank you, Kanika. Congratulations to the new team. This is the first time we are meeting online, like in the offline mode, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we meet during this year in an offline mode. Thank you so much.
Over to you, Naman.
Naman, please don't address Nikhil as Nikhil Bhaiya. We are professionals here,
Okay.
so you can call him Nikhil. No, no, I have to teach you at every point.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay, thank you, Naman. So I would like to take this opportunity and thank our honorable convener Vijay sir, co-convener Ritika ma'am, our most valued and invited guests Ms. Kanika Agarwal and Pavni Khandelwal. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege and I, Nikhil Anand, on behalf of the entire team of Enactus Shahid Bhagat Singh College and whole fraternity here together extend a hearty vote of thanks to both the speakers for gracing our orientation with their opinions, their thoughts, and their work. We are all inspired by your great works, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. And again, we would just like to thank all the members who attended the orientation, all the speakers, all the teachers from the bottom of our hearts for their valuable time. We hope to see you again very, very soon. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you so much, Naman, to have you here, to have us here. Thank you. It
Thank you.
was a great pleasure having with you guys. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Naman, I
Yeah.
guess the speakers can leave as well as the audience.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Hope you have a good day ahead of you. And thank you so much for tuning in. And stay safe. And all of you can carry on with your days ahead. Thank you.
Also, the whole orientation has been streamed on YouTube as well. So if you want to watch a playback, you can go on our YouTube channel in Enactus Sbsec and watch it over there as well.
Yeah. So should we move on with the
Yeah, just let the audience leave and then.
Okay.
Ritika ma'am, we'll move on with the projects part. So
Yes.